When I was in high school, I didn't enjoy my life very much. I had friends, but just kind of felt like different. It's cliche, but that's how I felt. I think everybody still feels that way sometimes. Just kind of feel like you're different from everyone else in some way. Anyway, I thought that life was kind of like a ride that you could just get off of if you didn't like it. If you weren't having as good a time as the people around you, you could just pull a lever and the machine would stop and it could all end. In 2010, I went on a vacation to Colorado. I was with my family and I got to meet my mom's best friend, Steven.
I met Steven the first day of class. We went around and we were introducing ourselves, and I was trying to make a joke and I said, "Hi, my name's Andrea and I'm an alcoholic." And everyone else in the room looked at me like, "That's bizarre, you're weird." And Steven burst out laughing, his incredible laugh. Steven was incredibly generous and he was a very giving person, but he didn't have a whole lot to give. We were poor college students. He would come home from work after being a waiter and he would give me these wonderful presents. One time he gave me this Mexican silver bracelet that was beautiful silver beads, and he knows I love Southwestern jewelry. And I said, "Oh, this is awesome, where did you get it?" And he said that it was from the Lost and Found, a restaurant that he worked at, and it had been there for over a year. And so his boss said that he could take it. When Christmas, he knew that my car was missing a couple of hubcaps, and we lived in kind of a dicey part of Denver. My hubcaps, I guess, got stolen. So Christmas morning, I went out to my car, and I had hubcaps on my car, and I was like, "Guess what, Steven? There were hubcaps on my car, and I can't believe it. I mean, where did they come from? They were gone before." And I was really upset about it. And he said, "Merry Christmas," because he had stolen someone else's hubcaps and given them to me.
He took us skiing, and the memory of looking out over the Continental Divide, and everywhere, just as far as you could see, there were these stunning rainbows. I remember thinking it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. About a year after that, I found out that Steven had completely unexpectedly committed suicide. It was a really big shock because I had never dealt with that before. I'd never dealt with death, let alone something as shocking as someone taking their own life. My family was invited to participate in a memorial hike in the Marin Headlands, which is in San Francisco. My mom and my sister and I ended up hiking up these cliffs with a group of Steven's old friends. I got to hear a ton of stories about who he was and why he was so important to my mom and to a lot of other people. Got to learn a lot about how much joy he brought to other people's lives, even though he couldn't feel it himself. There was a moment when I looked over the cliff and I just felt engulfed by the beauty of what I was looking at. I got to spread Steven's ashes over the cliff in my hand. And looking out over the ocean, I realized that I didn't want to die anymore.